An important skill to have is to be able to name the distances between the notes straight off the top of your head. So if someone says to you, how far apart is a B and a C? Semitone. Or D to E, it's a tone. So what I thought we'd do is I'm going to name some notes and I want you to see if you can tell me what the distances between them would be. So for example, I'll go A to B and you would have to go, well, okay, A to B is a tone. I've purposely left the board behind me blank so that you can't look up there and follow the alphabet. If you struggle with this, maybe draw the alphabet out. We've talked about how to do that before. So let's give it a go. We'll just try a few examples. So how far apart is D and E? A tone, that's right. What about G and A? Yep, that's a tone. B and C? Semitone. Let's try something a little harder than that. What about E to F sharp? That would be a tone. So E to F is a semitone, then F going up to F sharp would be the other semitone. So put together it's a tone. What about B flat to C? That's a tone. D sharp to E sharp. All right, I'm getting a little tricky there. You might be thinking, hang on, there's no E sharp. E sharp does exist. It actually is an F. So if I'm going a D sharp to an E sharp, I'll show you a little trick that makes it a bit easier. If a D to an E is a tone, and I shift both notes sharp, it still stays a tone. The distance remains the same. So if I said to you, how far apart is G flat and A flat? A tone, that'd be correct. Just think, G to A is a tone, and if you flatten both, it's still going to remain a tone. The distance between them doesn't change. All right, a couple more. What about A sharp to B flat? All right, yeah, that's a bit of a trick question. A sharp is B flat, so there is no interval there. They're the same note. All right, what about if I said D to F? Right, so you might be going, hang on, that's bigger than both. D to E is a tone, and E to F is a semitone, so altogether that would be 3 semitones. Or you could say it's a tone and a half. All right, a couple more. What about A to D? All right, that one's getting quite a bit bigger. So A to B is a tone, B to C is a semitone, C to D is a tone. So altogether that would be 2.5 tones, or you could say 5 semitones. Now it doesn't matter how far apart, you can measure them in tones and semitones. There is a better way to do it, which we'll get into later on, but let's just try a couple of really difficult ones. What if I said B sharp to E? All right, so B sharp, remember, is a C, same thing. So you could go C to E, that's 2 tones. All right, one more. What about D to F double sharp? All right, so that's getting a bit weird. So F double sharp, I haven't mentioned that previously, but they do exist. If one sharp is up 1, double sharp would be up 2, so up a tone. So F double sharp would also be known as G. So D to G is a little bit easier to think of than D to F double sharp. Don't worry if this is a little bit too hard. So just count it out. D to E is a tone, E to F is a semitone, F to G is a tone. So that would be 2.5 tones, or you could say 5 semitones. So keep practicing that. It's an important skill to have to be able to measure those distances between the notes.